It was the summer of 311. A funeral train departed Liaoyang, heading to the fief of the deceased prince Sima Yue of Donghai, who had died of fear and sorrow because his most capable general Go Shi had decided to turn against him and side with the emperor. Minister Wang Yan and Prince Sima Fan of Xiangyang, after shifting their responsibilities of the leader onto each other in vain, decided to lead the armed escort together with a host of officials and princes. Thousands of civilians followed them, their entourage totaling 200,000. Upon hearing this news, Shi led around 30,000 light cavalry to chase the funeral train. Once he intercepted the main army at Ningping, Shi ordered small bands of horse archers to cut it into pieces and annihilated them one by one. Surrounded and suffering from a rain of arrows, the procession of the Jin forces collapsed and stampeded itself into oblivion. At the end of the day, dead bodies piled up like a hill. Many survivors were burnt alive or fell victim to cannibalism. Wang Yan's prophecy had come true. That barbarian kid at Liaoyang captured him and the many princes and officials. At the camp, Shi asked his noble captives why the empire ended up like this. Wang Yan told Shi the whole story about the fall of the Jin Empire, claiming that he couldn't turn the tide because he had no intention of becoming an official since childhood. In order to escape death, he also flattered Shi and advised him to take the imperial throne with this victory. Shi replied, "Your Excellency was famously known for the early start of your career in the government and has been occupying high positions. How can you claim you had no intention of being an official? Who, if not you, had destroyed the empire and left China broken?" Shi had listened enough. He ordered the crowd be sent to prison and wait for their end. Fear ran amok among the captives. They couldn't help crying, making excuses, and begging for mercy. Only Sima Fan maintained his composure and asked them, "What's the use of excuses when things have reached the point they are today?" Shi was so impressed by his bravery that he wanted to pardon him and let him join his ranks. However, one of his generals dissuaded him, for the reason that Fan was a member of the imperial family and therefore wouldn't be loyal to him. Shi sighed and ordered the execution of all of them, but not the knives, as a sign of respect for the prince's bravery. He then ordered to split open Sima Yue's coffin and burnt his body to ashes while scolding his treason against the empire. On the same night, Wang Yan sighed to his noble cellmates. "Indeed, we can't compare ourselves with the wise men of ancient times, but if we didn't chase for the useless reputation and did our best to assist the imperial family, we wouldn't have been in this cell at the very least." At midnight, everyone was crushed to death when the cell was torn down. Liaoyang was in a dire situation due to the disaster and ongoing famine. Go Shi, now Grand General of the Empire, wrote a petition to the emperor, asking him to move the capital to his base in Cangyuan and sent his official with boats, guards, and grains to escort Emperor Huai from Liaoyang. Emperor Huai wanted to go, but later refused at the behest of his ministers who did not want to leave their property behind. In the end, Han forces under Wang Mi and Liu Yao captured Liaoyang, as well as the emperor himself in July 311. Emperor Huai's surviving son, Sima Guang, fled to Go Shi, who proclaimed him as the new crown prince and moved his base to Mengcheng. In his final days, Go Shi grew cruel and indulgent and even executed one of his advisors who criticized him. Because of this, Go Shi alienated himself from his supporters. After his victory at Ningping City, Shi pressed his way onto Mengcheng, where he defeated Go Shi. He placed a lock around Go Shi's neck to humiliate him, but he admired his military capability and made him his marshal of the left. Meanwhile, Shi received a friendly letter from his colleague Wang Mi. They had long been friends, but deep down, Shi was very suspicious of Wang, even more so with this letter. What kind of conspiracy was Wang Mi brewing? And how did Shi outmaneuver him? We'll talk about this in the next episode. The adventure of Shi is still ongoing, so make sure to subscribe and click the bell button. This is the Middle Kingdom channel. We'll catch you in the next one.